Oh, folks, Richard Moore. I've got a short and sweet one today, so you might want to hold what you got. I've got something for you. And so today, I'm going to give you 7 signs that someone in your life is a demon. May give you 8. And for those that want a little clarification here, and that have been praying and worrying themselves to death, and worry in itself is not of God. This is in no particular order. So if you need this confirmation or a little clarity here, I'm going to give it to you. How to spot these demons, and then you need to take appropriate steps because you don't negotiate with these demons or these people that have demons. Is there a chance that in the course of everyday life that you encounter just a real demon? You better absolutely believe it. This earth, as we know it, is the devil's playground. Make no mistake about it. This is not a figure of speech. In no particular order, I'm going to give you number 1 is they provoke you to rage and anger. That is a sure sign. And Ephesians 4:26 through 27, it says, "Be ye angry and sin not. Don't let the sun go down in your wrath." So Nelson Mandela, I believe, said that if you hold this wrath and bitterness in yourself, it's like drinking poison in hopes that it will hurt the person that you're angry at. So we know how that's going to go down. Number 2, they bait you for a reaction. And they do this with gossip, lies, hate, deceit, and slander. We know that through community-oriented policing and these fake faith-based organizations that are quick to cast those that they don't agree with to the side and attempt to drive them completely out of their sight, no matter the cost, no matter if they destroy that individual and their family and what have you. None of this is of God. I've described so many people. They bait you for reaction with gossip, lies, hate, deceit, and slander. 3, they will feed and drain you of your energy. I know that years growing up, there was a extended member of my family, I'll leave it at that, and this lady had a proclivity to go to fortune tellers, read tarot cards, horoscopes, and that was her. That's where she went for understanding and whatever her problems were. And as a young person, maybe 10, 11 years old, I could be in the best and into adulthood, be in the best of spirits, and walk into her house. She'd be in a good mood. You know, it wouldn't be anything that was overtly obvious. But within 5 or 10 minutes, I felt every time, not just one time, drained, lethargic, many times nauseous. And it would take several hours to shake that. And looking back, I realized what that. Of course, I recognized it then, and I wasn't the only one. Other people that had been there, family members, confided that they too had the same problem. Couldn't quite, but on into adulthood, I realized that this was the presence of evil. Even though this individual was nice, would a good cook, and would give you anything she had, and so forth and so on. And folks, you just can't dress it up. You can't dress it up. And this is a sign, a sure sign, that you are dealing with the devil himself. 4, they have secret motives and hidden agendas. Secret motives and hidden agendas. Many of you are experiencing that. You feel like that this individual in your life is always keeping something from you. They won't come clean. It's not that you're nosy and that you want to control or anything else. You sense that deceit. And of course, when you question it, it's always met with aggressive reactions of you're paranoid, or you're this, or you're that. I have nothing to hide. And they gaslight you. And many times you begin to question, well, maybe I'm overreacting. No. That antenna mechanism that you have, that mankind has, we've often heard that referred to in women as women's intuition. It's a real thing. Or go with your gut feeling. That's a real thing. It's mankind trying to explain the unexplainable. When God created man, there's a lot of things factored into this deal. Many times without proper guidance and without the proper relationship with God, that will be untapped. You'll wander aimlessly in this world, and many will be a lost cause because they're not going with what their spirit tells them they should do. Number 5 is they get you to be friends with the world. Enemy of God that operates in darkness. Once you become friends with the world, then you do become an enemy of God. And what I mean by friends with the world, that means by accepting and going along with things that you know good and well, and your heart of hearts that you shouldn't accept and you shouldn't go along with it. And that individual that's pushing you to go along with it is a serious problem. Number 6, they play victim and accuse you of the things that they did. They play with your emotions. I know some of you are saying, yep, they always play victim. And they always are accusing and insinuating that you're doing something that they're doing. They're deflecting. And that's what we have, again, with this. This lines up absolutely with this community-oriented policing. And these fakes and phonies out here that have chosen to cast their lot in this holistic approach to policing, where everyone does their part. Think Hillary Clinton and it takes a village to raise a child. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. When we have a village that of people, then they've got a handler. That'd be the village idiot. And they force their values on those that may not want to embrace those values, wherever they may be. And that's embracing the world. This program circumvents due process, equal protection, and the Constitution of the United States of America. It conflicts with God and His Word. No person, no true believer can claim that they are a true believer and participate simultaneously in a program, and simply put, is a program of crimes against humanity, destroying families and lives by the millions in America annually. 7. When they destroy you, they will act like nothing happened. That's because they're soulless. They have no soul. Many have sold their soul. Now, was it a formal gathering or what have you? Not all of them. Some of them, yes. If they're Freemasons or an Eastern Star, of course it's a formal gathering. What language do they use? It doesn't matter. It's language outside of the Word of God. And when it's outside the Word of God, then you're in Satan's realm. There's not a third or fourth department here. It's one or the other. Take it or leave it. Okay? They are manipulators. And we could say this would be number 8, but I think it encompasses what I've just covered with you today. We have just described a malignant narcissist. Not a benign narcissist, a malignant narcissist. That is as pretty a picture I can paint for a demon. So we use different words, but I want you to understand this is not something that should be taken lightly. We know that the narcissist makes it all about them. And even when they're faking and pretending it's about you, we know that they're lying. And who is the father of lies? Satan himself. So if you're in this situation hoping for a better day and hoping you can turn this person around, I think that you're treading on dangerous grounds. That is something that should be left to God. And the most powerful thing you can do for that individual is pray for them, whether you like them or not. Is pray for them. Don't carry around those broken pieces and that torn up life, those shattered dreams, those treasures and all these things that you had and those things that have faded away. They're behind you. Right now would be a good time to look ahead. To look ahead at what Jesus has for you and not to look back. Not to look back. When I look at the present day situation in this country, in this world, and I look at my own personal trials that I've had to endure for a couple of decades here, with exposing corruption and being victimized by evil, demonic, pathetic criminals posing as decent human beings. Posing. As I expose them, it doesn't come with a cheap price tag, ladies and gentlemen. But when I look back, and I'll tell you, the devil, he'll always be in your ear. He'll always be in your ear. You've messed it up. You've gone too far. Well, the devil's a liar. Many of you have quit, and I'm going to tell you, God can't help a quitter. He won't help a quitter. He has nothing to work with. But he will help a failure. God can't help a quitter, but he will help a failure. All you have to do is ask him. And if you fail again tomorrow, ask him again. And again. And he'll be there. And again and again. He said, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. He's not the one that steps away after the destruction and pretends like nothing happened. He's the one that will bring you and mend you and put you on higher ground, and you have no idea. You think you know what you want. He knows what you want. He knows what you want. He knows your needs. And so I'm going to leave you with that. I'll have my contact information and the various ways that you can support us, and your support keeps us doing what we're doing here. It pays the bills, and without that, it's not happening, folks. It's not happening. I don't do what I do for money. God forbid. And my viewers and supporters have been faithful, and I'm absolutely grateful for that. And so I have to always remind those that don't assume that someone else is picking up the slack, because you got a whole lot of people that are assuming that. Well, it's $5 or $10. That's a big deal. And you think, well, my $5 or $10 will make a difference. Yes, it will. Oh, yes, it will. Some of you can, with little or no effort, could donate $500 or $1,000. And those that can do that are doing what many out there that I know that are financially devastated. And they've got prayers and they've got hope. And it's those that can that stand in the gap for them financially. And those people are blessed as well. God always takes care of his business. Folks, until next time, God bless you. Remember, subscribe, share, and like. We'll talk to you tomorrow.